All right, what's up, everybody? It's Jay.
And it's Frankie. And today, listen, I'd give a rundown of what we're going to talk about, but honestly, we never have any fucking idea anyway. So we just going to talk about some shit. That's about it. That's about all I got.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some stuff. Well, what I was telling, like literally just a couple seconds ago, is that I ordered a new laptop. So I'm hoping that comes in sometime this week before we do the next episode next weekend. So that's what I'm hoping.
Do you even need the laptop? Do you have that plugged into the laptop?
No, this has like a SIM card, right? That it records to. It's like 250 gigs, like a SIM card, and it records onto that. And then when I transfer it, I could bring the laptop down. I could bring this up, and I just plug in the transfers. But the good thing is that I can record on this now, and then we're not posting until tomorrow around like midday anyway. I'll come down here with the laptop, plug it in, upload it, and it'll be good to go.
Oh,
but I got a MacBook, bro.
A MacBook.
A MacBook, yeah, Mad base model, nothing like crazy, but I got like a MacBook. Just because I heard it was like, it's a little bit better to. It has like, you can decide what software comes pre-installed on it, and there's like, I think it's not Final Cut Pro, I think it's a Logic Pro, and apparently that's like a good editing software. So we should be able to edit a little bit easier. Like, I know we're the one take kings because I think most of we've only edited like the first. I think that we've only edited the first laptop.
I'm pretty sure that's the only one you had to.
Yeah, because we had distractions. But no, that was the only one I had to. Yeah, it was only one episode we had to edit, and that was the first one. But besides that, we're the one take kings. Is what we've dubbed ourselves right now in this moment. So, but yeah, so I'm hoping that comes in. I think they said the 14th, but it's so stupid because it's right at the Apple store, like right across the street. So I'm like, really? It's gonna take you 2 weeks to download something and then ship it to me? Like, how hard is that? But that's what it is. And plus, it's like, it's so integrated too. Like, I think everything's Apple. Like, if Apple comes out with that car, because they're supposed to come out with that car, the Apple car. Did you hear about this? It's supposed to be like an all-electric Tesla-esque car.
We'll see how that works.
Yeah, the Camry will be getting sold if that comes out, because I'm just an Apple like stan, and a lot of people don't like it because they're like, some
Apple straight cheeks.
I don't know. I like it. I'm a fan of Apple. I'm an Apple stan, so to speak. Like I'm gonna go out and buy my turtlenecks tomorrow, and do the Steve Jobs situation. But yeah, man. Tomorrow. Well, actually, when you guys are listening to this is gonna be Mother's Day. It's gonna be Day of the Mother's Day. So shout out to all the moms out there. Happy Mother's Day. I could tell you guys on the pod about it, what I'm doing. So I made this reservation at Torre. It's a Mexican restaurant here, like the Promenade Shops in Center Valley. If any of you guys are like familiar with the Lehigh Valley area, it's in Center Valley, and it's a Mexican restaurant. And one of the things that I liked about it the most was that they have like these sugar skulls, right? Like, like the Dia de las Muertes, like you know what I'm saying? Like the little sugar skull things. They have those. You can actually take them home with you. I think you could take some of them, and they're actually painted by like artists in Mexico. And my mom's like obsessed with them. So I was like, maybe if I can go in there and swindle one of the ladies and like give me one, so I can, you know what I mean? Maybe I can like sweet talk them into doing that. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. I don't know how many other people have gone in there with that same like strategy, but I guess we'll see. We'll see how it pans out.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people are preparing for Mother's Day.
Yeah. What are you doing? Are you doing a little? You have any plans for Mother's Day?
It's gonna sound horrible, but I pretty much never do. Not that I don't appreciate my mom or anything, but I just
of course
don't ever know what the hell I'm supposed to do. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, I got my mom a TV.
Okay.
A couple months ago for Mother's Day, basically, because her TV stopped working. So before she moved, I bought her a TV, and she set it up after she moved. And that was kind of my Mother's Day gift.
That's
But
dope.
really, well, like a month or two early, probably 2 months, 2 to 3 months early.
Oh, that's cool then. I mean, that's cool. You know, I mean, you do what you can. It's like, you know, like my mom will just give us like gifts. Like when we have birthdays and stuff, if she orders something online or whatever, we'll just kind of get it either that week. You know what I mean? Like, happy birthday. So like, I dig it though. I like it. I think it's cool.
I mean, the TV was on sale, and I asked her if she wanted it, so I was just like, sure.
You're like, yeah, I got this shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got it for. I was just like, I don't really know what holiday or anything is next, but that's what it's going for. That's because at first I think she was gonna give me money for the TV, but I was just like, no, like there's no point.
Yeah. It's like, well, same thing with like my parents. Like they're saying, bro, what the fuck is up with these TVs? Because my parents' TV stopped working too. Like it just stopped. Like they were watching them in black.
I think that's what happened to my mom's TV.
What? Actually, no. I'm not gonna see what company because I don't want to like. I'm not trying to get like a cease and desist from some big ass company that I can't afford to like afford to sue back. But no, it was a pretty reputable company, and it just like it went black, and like I think all of the what's it called was working, like the what are they called, the sound was working, but it was just completely black, and it was just fucking redonks. It was honky donks, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of how her TV was.
Right.
You could barely hear it, but I heard it, so I tried to fix it, and I kind of fixed it, but it was like, it was bad. Like, the TV was dead.
It was dead?
Yeah, like, that shit was not going to work. Like, I got the TV to show picture, but it was like, you know how when, like, a light bulb in your TV goes out, and it's just, like, really dark?
Yeah.
It looks like you got to turn your fucking gamma all the way up just to see anything.
Yeah.
That's how the TV was. I was like, yeah, there's no fixing this.
I know, it's like, it's a wrap.
TV's
like,
dead. We're just going to have to buy a new one.
Exactly. Bro, but these new TVs are out of control, son. Like, I don't know how, like, boo. I said boo instead of bro. Bro, and that's weird. I don't think I've ever called you that.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from. But these TVs are fucking crazy. Like, I was watching this, I felt like we were watching like some fucking random cop show. I felt like I was in the cop show. Like, I don't know what, like, I've been so, I think I've had my TV had to be at least 10 years in my room, right? I have like this 10-year-old TV, and it's like, it's a flat screen, quote unquote, but it's like this thick, right? So like, it's probably a good, like, if you make a fist, it's probably like, it's thicker than that, right? And we have pretty big hands, so probably take your fist and then put like another one on top of it. It's like 2 of those probably, right? And that's how big my TV is. And so we've been struggling. We've been struggling out here in Siege, in Madden. That's probably, you know what, and that's what it is. Here's the thing. I would like to blame the TV for how bad I am at games, but it's impossible. It's honestly impossible. Like, I'm whack at video games.
If you would get on more than once a fucking week.
Bro, I haven't been on
I
haven't been on in like 2 weeks, bro. It's to the point where I don't even know if I have live anymore, you know? And I feel bad.
See, I have, what is it? Game Pass Ultimate, so I have live, regardless.
Oh, really? Oh, because it's, yeah.
Because it's included. But.
Oh, yeah, because it's all together? Game Pass and Gold is all like in one?
Well, I don't know about the regular Game Pass, but I know the Game Pass Ultimate has the Gold with it, at least.
Oh, that's dope. That's kind of fly.
I only got Ultimate because you can play games on the Xbox, but you can also play games on the computer, or you get games for both.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I like, excuse me. I like, I don't know. Like, I think PC is always, it's always going to be like Windows are always going to be the superior like PC, right? Like, I don't think MacBook is ever going to be up there in terms of that stuff, right?
I don't think people play video games on Mac, but I don't know.
Right. It's
I'm sure
like
some people do. I mean, like, why? But
yeah, but like Mac is like non-upgradable. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like I want a PC, but I don't know. Like I said, like if I really am like looking to get like a serious PC, I'd probably talk to you or Vinny about that because you guys are like into that. But I don't know shite about it. Like I'm so airheaded about all. I have no like. I don't know what all this stuff is. Like all these different like acronyms, like GPUs and shit. I have no idea what the fuck that is. Right? Like TDS. I saw one. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Like TDS. And there's like I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know anything about like. I don't know shit. Like I don't. But the thing is like what I heard is that if you buy a Mac, you're locked into that specific one, like infinitely for as long as you plug it in and keep using it. You're just locked in. You can't upgrade it. You can't like download new things onto it. You're kind of stuck. So that's why I didn't want to go with like a Mac for my PC. I wanted to go with like a Windows or something like that because you can upgrade it, right? Like if something gets slow, I could just take a part out and put it in, and then we're back in business. You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of it. Well, I don't know specifically for a Mac at least. I know like a lot of PCs. Most of the upgrading that you can do with the PC depends on the motherboard.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like mine and Vinny's, but I think Vinny changed his out. So he had what the fuck is it? Hold on. I'm trying to think of the fucking name. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Was it AMD? I think it's AMD and Intel basically make like the fucking graphics cards that you can use for the computers.
Right.
But with certain motherboards that you put in the computer itself, you can only put either an AMD or an Intel processor, not graphics card. I don't know why.
Right.
But that'll determine basically how good your computer is. A lot of people go with like Intel for stuff.
Right.
I have AMD, and Vinny originally had AMD, but I think he switched over to Intel.
Oh, really?
So it's kind of hard to do, especially if you buy like a pre-built computer.
Right. Because it's hard to like switch it out and.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like I did it. I have a pre-built computer, but I upgraded my my processor.
Right.
To the one that could fit in with the motherboard that I have in the computer.
Okay.
But when Vinny bought the upgraded processor, he bought an Intel, not realizing that he couldn't put it into the computer that he had.
Dumbass boy. I'm just joking.
So he had to buy a motherboard and then basically take the computer apart in order to switch it out.
Damn.
Yeah. It's not as hard as it seems.
Right. It's because it sounds super hard. It sounds like wild.
The motherboard is probably a little harder to change out than the processor itself, because the processor you unscrew the side panel for the computer. You may have to take like one or two pieces out, but that's about it. The motherboard, you pretty much have to take everything apart and put it back together. Because the motherboard's like the base part of everything that goes into the fucking computer.
Oh, so it's like a table almost, like everything you put on top of the table, but you have to have the table. You have to take everything off to like switch out. That's fucking crazy.
Well, we're looking at it that way. The table's basically, the table is basically like the shell. So the actual what the computer looks like.
Okay,
that's the shell.
So that's the table.
And then the thing that's at the very bottom of everything that you stacked up is basically the motherboard.
Oh shit! So it's like the legs. So it's like the legs of the table are like the motherboard. Holy fuck, dude. That's a pain in the ass.
You kick that shit out, everything's going.
Everything's going to land on someone's lap. Like, you kick one of them shits out, everyone's getting, like, mashed potatoes, gravy, right into the crotch. So that sucks, bro. So he had to take apart everything and then, like, put it back together?
I believe so, yeah. I'm pretty sure that that's what he had to do. If he kept the Intel one, like if that's the one that he actually put into the computer.
Yeah.
Because I know me and him had to do the same thing to fix the computer. Because in order to fucking get your processor to work,
right?
Or in my case, I switched my what the fuck, the operating system. So you know how Windows is the operating system. Windows 10, if you have a regular computer.
Yeah.
So Windows 10 is the operating system. I bought an SSD instead of an HDD because the HDD is just, regular storage.
Okay.
But the SSD, if you put like your fucking operating system on there, it's going to run the computer a little bit better. Like the SSD is better at running your games and shit like that
than the HDD.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not to say that it's impossible. Like up until I bought the SSD, I was just using the HDD.
Right. And you were playing all the games and stuff like.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But now I have the operating system on the SSD and everything.
Right.
But when I bought the SSD, I didn't realize at the time that on the side piece of my computer, there's a part that says it gives me the Windows product key, and you need that in order to activate the operating system after you switch everything over.
Right.
I didn't do that.
So it's like a disc or whatever, or like...
You can get a disc for it, but if you just... On the side, there's like a little sticker that just says the product key, and you can type it in, and then it automatically transfers it over.
See, that's high tech. I'm used to like fucking... like you fucking put the thing in the front, and then it like boots up. See how removed, bro? I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. It was an annoying process. I cloned my operating system over. Which is not a process I recommend doing because then one day I turned on the computer and that bitch didn't go. It wouldn't turn all the way on. It was stuck. So I had to basically like wipe everything off of my hard drive.
I just broke this chair, but that's how far I leaned back.
I had to wipe everything off of my hard drive, which didn't matter because I don't have much saved on my computer anyway.
Right.
Like, I don't need anything saved on my computer.
Right.
Other than games. I mean, I had to re-download all the games that aren't on the external hard drive that I have for the computer.
Right. Right.
But yeah, that was a bit of a pain in the ass. But after I fucking wiped my HDD and my SSD, I re-downloaded the fucking operating system onto the SSD. And this time I figured out that I have the Windows product key, so I didn't have to fucking clone it or whatever.
Right.
So my computer hasn't caused any issues yet. Hopefully they don't at all, or hopefully it doesn't at all, because
hopefully
it was a pain.
That sounds like a fucking pain in the ass, bro.
I couldn't use my computer for like 3 or 4 days.
Oh my
I was pretty pissed off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's ridiculous, honestly. That's crazy. That sounds crazy. But yeah, man. I mean, oh shit. Do we even put the mood lighting on? Oh no. What do you think about the blue? Is that all right?
I don't care.
What a pink. I actually like the pink, bro. This is pretty chill. I wish we had a purple on here though. That would be pretty. It would be consistently pretty purple, unless this is purple and I haven't taken the white out of it. Because I think yeah. There we go. If you take the white out, it makes the color a lot deeper. Then you turn this all the way down. Nope, it just makes it darker. Okay, turn that up. Turn the white down. All right, guys. So there's the first rant. We went right into one. I mean, we've started off and we went boop. We went right into a whole sitch. But listen, if you guys, we've grown a lot. We got a lot of Facebook people on Facebook.
I got a fucking notification on Facebook every time I get on. It's like, Jesus.
Bro, mad people have been tuning in. Well, thank you. Thank you, California. We got mad people from California, bro. Mad people from Texas. Mad people from, well, Texas is actually, I think, number one still. So I think there's more people from Texas that
You're
have been
damn
listening.
right. Texas #1.
Texas, I love Texas. I don't like the Cowboys, but I do like Texas. Texas is awesome. Dallas is a nice city, but your football team is
Fuck you, Dallas.
yeah. Dallas is a good city, but your football team is questionable. You know what's crazy? You know how like up here they have like people that are from Philadelphia that like the Cowboys. I saw people that are from Dallas that like the Eagles. I'm like, you guys gonna get shot out there, that motherfucker. Like at least in Philadelphia, the gun law's a little, they're a little bit more strict. In Dallas, nah, bro. Like they say at Texas, they could fuck you up. So
listen, I just want to point back to like when the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It looked like rioting was happening in Philly.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think people that like Dallas are any safer in Philly than people that like Philly and Dallas. I don't know,
dude. Philadelphia was wild. I love Philadelphia though. Like it's such a historic city, but like it's so like Philly is weird because there's so many smart people that are there. Like they have like University of Pennsylvania is an Ivy League school. Drexel is like a really good fucking school. And then you have fucking Temple. And then you have people in Temple are like wild in the fuck. Temple's a great school. A lot of doctors go to Temple. A lot of people that are real intelligent go to Temple. But the people that live around Temple are wildin'. Like those are the people that will eat horseshit like after the Eagles win. Right? Like that's a guy that exists in Philadelphia right now, and then he's like walking the same streets as a dude that's going to be like the top of neurosurgery somewhere, who's like a brainiac, and they exist in this, like, you know what I mean? Like that's crazy. Like it's wild. Like, do you ever see somebody? Well, maybe you don't because you're much bigger than I am. I'll see people that are like huge, and I'm like, there's no like why do they exist? Like why are they so much like? The human race has so much diversity. Like you never see a lion. Like all lions are pretty much the same size. They're like some of the manes are a little thicker and whatever, but all of them for the most part are pretty much the same, right? But like Yao Ming is like 7'6", big ass, broad shoulders, huge feet, and then there's me. You know what I mean? Like the human race is so diverse. Like it's awesome, but then it's almost like I don't understand how we're the same like race. You know what I mean? Like the human race, right? I don't understand how like someone like that could exist and someone like me could exist at the same time in the same time period. You know what I mean? And be the exact same species. You know what I mean? Like that's insane. It's insanity.
I don't know, man. Anytime I see people that are taller than me, and I mean like a few inches taller than me, I'm just kind of like, jeez.
Because you're like, what? You got to be like 6'3".
I don't know how tall I am.
Come on, though. You have to be like 6'3".
I think I'm right at like the 6 foot marker. Maybe a little taller than that, but
So
my weight's probably pulling me down. You know what I mean?
There's no chance you're at 6 foot. There's no fucking way you're at 6 foot.
Like I don't know.
You have to be like 6'2".
I don't know.
How tall is Justin? 6'5".
You know what I'm gonna go to the doctor.
Right.
I'm doing none of that shit.
Well, I guess the way that I'm gauging is that Justin's 6'5". Right. Right. He's 6'5".
He's a little taller than me, but I don't fucking
see what I'm saying. But like 5 inches, that's like that. So there's no way that he is that much taller. Like he's not even a whole head taller than you. Like you guys are pretty much. There's probably like a couple inches. So I'm thinking you're like 6'3", and he's 6'5", and I'm 5'6". And I look like your guy's kid when I go out to places. They're like, oh, like people come up to me and pinch my cheeks. They're like, oh, you're mad cute. I'm like, yo, get off me, son. And with that little baby with like the cigar from the fucking Looney Tunes, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, toots. Like that's me whenever I go out with you guys. But it's cool. It's kind of funny because like I like being like the little one. I don't know why. Maybe it's like my insecurities, but it's kind of fun. Like if I go to places where I'm like taller than someone, I feel weird. You know, because that's just my existence of being like, you know, I don't know. It's weird to me. I have like a inferiority complex, I guess.
I don't know.
But I don't like being dominated though. Like in the bedroom, like you'll never see me fucking tied up to no like crazy shit with a gimp like mask on and shit like that. Like I'm not into that, but being a little guy, I'm okay with being a little guy. You know what I'm saying?
He's stupid.
But that's such like I feel like that is such a like a misnomer about like all short people is that like all short people need to compensate by like having a big like ego and shit like that. Where it's like I don't really.
What the fuck?
Back to the Village. What are you watching, bro?
I didn't even press on nothing. I don't know what the hell just happened.
Damn, he said Back to the Village.
Pretty sure he's playing Resident Evil.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought he was spewing some racism.
No.
Like, what is the boy Frank watching? We got to figure it out. We got to start a Reddit to where like everyone does all these little investigations into what you like to watch.
I was oh well, good luck guessing that. That shit changes on the daily.
Yeah, it's hard to get a beat on you. But I do think it is a misconception with like a lot of short people that like we're like so power hungry and you know we're short and we feel like instant. Like I mean at least I don't feel like that, and a lot of the other people that I know, like people in my family and stuff, don't feel like that. So that's a misnomer for those you got that. But keep your head up, Short Kings. You got this. You got this. And don't let that meme shit fool you, bro. Don't let that. If you're over 6 foot bullshit, don't let that get in your head, bro. You good. If you're funny, you got him, bro. If you can talk your shit, I mean it's no factor. It's no factor. So keep your head up, my Short Kings. Keep your head up.
What the fuck he's talking about? But
I'm keeping a head up for the boys out there that you know the sub 5 what is considered short, like 5'8"? No, I don't know. I would say 5'7" and below. 5'7" and below, or at 5'7".
Is there much of a difference if you're fucking 5'7" or 5'8"? Like I don't know because obviously I'm not 5'7" or 5'8". Like I don't know.
Well, let's go.
Much of a difference. We'll
go. Actually, you know what? We'll go below 5'10", because I feel like that. Like you're 5'10", 5'11", you're pretty much 6 foot at that point. You know what I mean? Like you're pretty much like right there. Like there's no, you know what I mean? So we'll say below 5'10", Kings, keep your head up. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Keep your head up. You know what I mean? We got this. We're gonna be out here running the world, I guess. But that is interesting though. Is that a lot of like really ruthless leaders were all like not very tall people. You know, like Napoleon. You know, like how I don't know how Napoleon had to be real tall, real short.
I'm fairly certain that he's taller than most jokes made him out to be.
Are you serious? What if you look up Napoleon? He's like 6 foot. We're like, whoa.
I don't know if he was 6 foot, but I'm pretty sure he's not as small as
like the
made him
out
to be.
Right.
Let me see if I can find it. I don't know.
Oh, see, he's 5'6".
Yeah.
What the fuck? I thought he was like 5 foot.
Yeah. So people were making him out to be a lot shorter than he was.
Damn, son.
I found that out. I don't know when the fuck I found that out, but I do remember somebody telling that to me. And I was just kind of like, oh, okay.
Right.
And I don't really care. That's not my forte with history. Obviously,
you don't like the heights throughout history.
I just don't. I don't just care about specific people throughout history. Like it's really just like you pique my interest in history when you're talking about like
wars.
Yeah,
I love to hear about like people fucking each other up. I don't know why. It's not great. I'm not like glorifying it, but that shit is so interesting because like, it just gets so petty. Like I remember I was telling you about I was reading about the Civil War, like during like early on in the year when I was bored before we started like diving heavy into this. I was reading a lot about the Civil War. That they were fucking petty, bro. Like Robert E. Lee graduated top of his class from West Point, right? Like he was the man at West Point, right? At the bottom of the class was General Custer. General Custer was a fucking idiot, bro. Apparently, like I mean, I say that now, like I know him, but like I don't know. But he finished bottom of his class, barely skated by at West Point to become an officer, and Robert E. Lee was like at the top. But General Custer really didn't have like a ton of notable battles. Like he was almost he just had one famous battle where he got like where he got his teeth kicked in by like the Indians or the Native Americans, and that was really it. Like that was his claim to fame. But he was just in a lot of really like good rooms. Like he was in, like I said, graduated with Robert E. Lee was the first graduate. Robert E. Lee was like the rock star out of that class. But Custer like accepted the white flag from him when he was there when they surrendered, when the Confederate States of America surrendered to the Union and rejoined. He was there for that. He was there at there's a couple other things that he was just kind of made his way into like the right rooms, right? Like he had like enough charisma just to like sneak his way into some of these like rooms, but he was kind of average, you know what I mean? Or same thing with like they said, like George Washington wasn't a great general, right? Like he wasn't a guy that was out here like, you know, shit kicking doors and like, you know, busting people open. Like he just kind of had a good perspective of like what he was charismatic. Like he had a good perspective. He was a way to see like, hey, at the time, I think it was in like during the Revolutionary War, the thing was like, you know, you got to keep going and you got to die for like the states and die for this and die for that. Like you have to keep on charging until everyone is dead. And he was like, look, if we do that, we're just going to get claps. Like we're just going to be England again, you know? So it's strategically, he had to like move his men around and be like, no, we got to pull out here. Like this is, you know what I mean? So he was good at seeing it for what it was and seeing sort of the bigger picture at large, which is what made him such a good president, because he was able to see it and understand that, look, we're going to have to withdraw and lose things here and there to further the country. So he was a good president, but he wasn't a great general in that respect, just because of the thing at the time. And so like shit like that is so interesting to me, you know? Or like I would have much more World War II history if I actually paid attention to that class. But
I mean, I literally I think earlier today, I finished watching that World War II in color thing on Netflix.
That's how good is that? I want to watch that.
Oh, it was great.
It was really good.
Really enjoyable. I mean, I definitely heard about stuff that I didn't hear about when I was in class.
Class. Every time I think about it, I laugh about it because I cannot believe we passed that class with such a high grade. Like it was incredible. It was truly incredible. But,
Hey,
you know,
that shit. It's funny.
we got A's in everything except for attendance. We got F. But and it averaged out to like about a B, like a B minus. I think we got.
I think so.
B minus, C plus, something like that.
I don't know. I think it was different. Well, for me, I think it was a B. I'm pretty sure I did not get a C in that class.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was like B for both of us. Because like
me
and you were just, we just fucking work on shit together at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember those dudes that would answer all those questions in there too? Like they would be like,
I listen, that happens in like every history class, at least in the ones that I was in, where it was just like one or two people out of the whole class that answers the questions.
Yeah.
The teacher's just kind of looking around like, y'all motherfucker.
I know, and then like every time he would try and like call out somebody else, it just wouldn't end well. Like he'd be like the one dude would have his hand raised and he'd be like pushing it up or like waving it to like get him to call on him because he knew the answer, and then he'd be like, Franklin, and he'd be like he would wake up out of his stupor. He'd be like,
I had no idea.
But there was times where you would get up and you would just wing it, and then you would get it right, and I'd be like, so they'd be like, what year did the war end?
I was like,
Franklin.
That's not hard. 45.
You'd be like, huh? 45. You know? He'd be like, good. And that, yeah, I mean, that was fun. But what are they like? How is it formatted? Like, is it formatted in like the World War II in color? Like, is it formatted in a sense of like they tell you about everything? Is it like a?
Well, it's like, do they have specific events that I think it's like 10 episodes of specific events that happened. So like,
right.
And they basically just dedicate the whole episode to like one incident. Like the last two episodes that I watched, the last one is about I don't remember. I think it's the Liberation of Buchenwald. I probably can't pronounce that the right way.
Guggenheim.
I'm pretty sure it's called Buchenwald. It's one of the I think it's one of the largest concentration camps.
Holy shit!
On the western side of Germany.
It's like closer to like Russia.
No.
Oh no, west, closer to like Paris and
yes,
like
I'm
France and stuff. Okay,
pretty sure that was one of the first like concentration camps that the Western Allies found on their way into Germany.
So we really went in from all different directions.
Well, we tried Italy. We kind of got stopped because of the mountains.
Right. Yeah.
The Russians came in from the east, and then we came in from the west, from Normandy. So.
Yeah.
We kind of just spread out, basically, liberated France. By the time that I think France was like fully liberated, Italy was kind of like done.
Yeah, because we'd already run up through Italy. Like there wasn't shit they could do because we'd already.
Well, I think by the time that we had gotten stopped in Italy, like people took Mussolini into custody.
They already like fucked over Mussolini.
I don't remember if they killed him or not, but I think by the time that we had by the time we had gotten like to the roadblock in Italy, like advance wise, like Mussolini was out of the picture.
But I thought he got taken out of power, right? Like the Italians were like, "Yo,"
I'm pretty sure they arrested him, and then the
wasn't
Germans
he smuggled
launched
out. Yeah, he was like smuggled out of there.
Yeah, they rescued him. I'm pretty sure the Germans rescued him, and then I don't know what happened after that. I don't remember specifically.
Dude,
to Mussolini, but
fucking Nazi, bro. I hate Nazis, bro. Those motherfuckers are just slimy bastards, bro. Like they just get their fucking fingers into like every little thing. It's so annoying. You know what I mean? But like one of the cool things one of the things that I always fucking see online, right? Because like I'll watch like people talk about like soccer or whatever, right? And people always get so far like English people are always like they always use like their language as like an attack, right? They're like yeah, like you don't like English people? What fucking language are you speaking, mate? They're like, oh, English. Like don't be like, first of all, let me tell y'all something, right? If the boys didn't come back you up during Blitzkrieg, y'all be speaking German. Y'all be, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all be like like y'all be speaking German. All right, the fucking boys came in there, and we wreaked havoc. Is what happened, right? Like we wreaked havoc, and they couldn't do shit. You see what I'm saying? So, without like in reality, you should be thanking us for preserving. We did more for the English language than you did. All you did was invent it. We sustained it. So you're welcome. Is what you should be saying, right? So I had to get off my chest. I was thinking about that for like 3 days. Like I saw that I think on Wednesday, and I was just holding that. Like in the barrels of my gut, like you know what I mean. Like, I was just fucking English people, bro. No, I'm just joking. I love all. I got love for everybody.
I hate all of you equally. So
at least it's equally. You know, at least you don't hate one person more than the other, right? But no, I got love for all our. We have some people from Canada though that watch, which is pretty cool. Canada, dude. Bro, Canada is significantly cleaner than the United States.
Canada.
That shit is, it's actually insane how clean it is.
I wonder if people get angry when we just say Canada.
I don't know. I think they're too nice. I think they're like, yeah, bud, you're doing a lot there, bud.
We'll find out.
Yeah, right.
The two catchphrases of this whole podcast. One is obviously fuck California. And the second is Canada.
Canada, yeah. But, I mean, maybe they get mad. But I think Canada is interesting because they have like, it's one of the only places that I know about that's a country, right, that has whole states that speak like a different language. You know what I'm saying? And I guess like the U.S. has that to a degree, right? Like, but if you go to like Montreal, it's all like French. You know what I mean? Like it's all. I mean, I might not be 100% correct on that, like of where it is, but I'm pretty sure it's like Montreal is like, it's like French. Like it's a majority people there speak French.
I'm pretty sure that up until the French and Indian War, like the French territory was mainly controlled by, the Canadian area was basically controlled by France.
Yeah.
And then the French and Indian War happened, and then obviously it led to the American Revolution, but there's some stuff that happened in between there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of things. But no, I that's kind of crazy. Like if you go out to California, right? Like it's mostly just like white people. You know what I mean? Like there's of course rural. Like there's a lot of like Mexicans are really prominent. Like in like the Southwest of like the United States, like Arizona, New Mexico, parts of Texas, or a lot of Texas, right? But it's like the further you go south, obviously, just because there's a border there between Mexico and the U.S. It's very prominent, you know, Mexican people, Native American people, a lot of them live down in there. But like if you go to like New Mexico, like you can go to Las Cruces, and you don't really they don't really teach you how to speak Spanish, right? Like, or if you go to like L.A., they don't teach you, like it's not like on the history thing like Spanish, right? I guess I don't know. I've also never been to these places, so watch it is like that. Watch it right in there, like stupid fucker. We learn Mexican out here, stupid. I'm like, oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I apologize if I'm wrong, but like, I don't know. It's interesting. It's cool. But like, imagine if it was like that here, you know? Because I think the East Coast is much more. It's much more like diverse, just because a lot of people came into the East Coast. Like that's kind of where the hub was. You know what I mean? Like Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey.
Well, coming to the East Coast from Europe is the shortest trip.
Yeah, but like
if you go out to like the West Coast, like
it's like Japanese, it's like Asia.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Because the quickest route from Asia to
the
U.S. is the West Coast.
That's right, though, because there's like a lot of like Asian people that live like in California. You know, like whoa, that's crazy. So like on California is more like diverse when it comes to like Asian, you know, culture, right? And then I guess the East Coast is more diverse when it comes to like European, African culture. That's interesting. That's kind of cool. That is really kind of cool, actually. I didn't even think about it like that. Like I didn't think about the demographics of people that came over, you know? But like, you know, did you ever think like the Pacific is such a son of a bitch to cross, bro? There's like nothing there, I feel like. You know what I mean?
There's islands in between it, but like once you get past Hawaii, I'm pretty sure like the closest thing to, well, aside from smaller islands, like I have no idea where Midway is.
Oh yeah, there is Midway. That's probably, I think it's Midway. It's probably midway between like Japan and the U.S.
I assume so, but I'm saying in proportion to like Hawaii, I don't know what the closest like land
mass
would be.
Right. Fuck, dude, that's crazy. But you know what? You know what's kind of interesting though is if you look at like Alaska, like the native Alaskan people, they look Asian. You know what I mean? Like they don't look white. They don't look like, you know what I mean? They're just Asian. They look like Asian, and that's crazy. That's crazy. But Alaska is interesting because I was actually watching this thing about this guy. I was watching this. It was I think it was Vice did like a documentary or whatever. Like, you know the YouTube channel Vice. They also have like they used to have like magazines back in the day, but now they do like YouTube channel stuff. Like Vice will send someone to like Afghanistan to like be with Marines and stuff like that, right? Yeah, it's craziness. And so like they were doing this thing out in Alaska where they talk about like the hunting season, and they have like a season where they hunt, and then like after that season, it's like super fucking hard to get like food because like people still have to go out there and hunt to get food. Like that's how real small and disconnected these places are. And it's like, obviously they're not like idiots. Like they have like cell phones and shit like that. Right. And they have cars and everything, but they still have to like hunt to eat. Like that's still a thing now. Like now I'm not fucking, you would not catch me hunting to eat. Like if I do go out and I hunt a deer or something like that, I do want to eat it. Right. Just because I don't want to like hunt for sport. Like I do kind of want to hunt for sport, but I also like don't want to disrespect that animal. Like if I go and if I take it out, like if I clap that animal in the woods, I want to be respectful to it and be like, yo, thank you for like letting me bust you upside the head with this. Now I'm gonna do you right. I'm gonna do the way I'm gonna eat you the way that Mother Nature intended us to do it. You know, so.
I mean, you'll never catch my ass out there hunting a fucking animal.
Exactly. But I'll hunt at like a Wawa. Like I'll see if I can find like, you know, rare chips. But like that's about it. That's as far as I'll go for hunting. And then after I do that, I'm sitting there like, and they're like, yo, are you okay? I'm like, no, bro. I had to dig to the bottom, bro. Those vinegar chips. Holy shit, dude. They're just hard to find. You know. But yeah, man. I also like the uncontacted tribes, like the people that they just are not interested in the internet or the 21st century world, which I don't blame them, because like during the pandemic, I mean, that's all I gotta say. We can get into that at another time. I don't think we have enough time to get into that, but like, I don't know. I don't blame them for not wanting to be part of society during the pandemic, is all I'm saying. 2019, cool. Later on in 2021, where they lift the mandates and all that stuff, cool. 2020 into 2021, I get it, bro. I get why you would not want to be part of society as a whole.
I don't know what to say to that, at least.
Yeah. Well, like I did see that PA is going to lift the mask mandate once I think 70% of people are vaccinated, because then that's herd immunity. But I think we're at it already, meaning I think 60% of people or 57% of people got their first shot already. So, for those guys who don't know, herd immunity is essentially when there's more people that are vaccinated against it than people that can get it. So, like, if you're at 60% people are vaccinated, 40% people aren't and are susceptible to it, most of the herd is going to survive, so the herd is immune, right? Meaning that, like, 4 out of 10 people is going to get it. Right, like now you're in the positive. So that's what they're shooting for. I think that's what the country's shooting for. I think Biden wants to go 70%, and then he's going to lift all the mandates and stuff, because that makes sense, right? So,
if only they'd bring back 24 hours.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God! Well, that's lifted on the 31st. All of like the closures and all that shit is all lifted.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like it's possible that some places go back to being 24 hours, but I assume that most probably won't. I'm hoping Redner's does, because then I can fucking go grocery shopping after I get out of work.
Yeah, that's annoying not to be able to go. Bro, and they close stupid early. They close at fucking 8 o'clock. Yep. 8, like who? Why? Like, there's my old dummy. It's so annoying, but you know what are you gonna do?
Yeah. It's bullshit.
Yeah, man. All right. 50 minutes in, you want to do some topicos? What do we got on the docket first?
Elon Musk.
Oh, did you hear about this?
Elon Musk
and his fucking kid A23 BB8 R2D2. Yeah, apparently he was on, not apparently, but he was on SNL, and people were like, "The guys, you're supposed to be fucking comedians, first of all, right?" Like, that's what I thought the whole point of SNL was like comedians write on it to make it funny, but I guess that's not it. But they were talking about how they didn't want to work with a billionaire. They didn't want to work with a billionaire. That's pretty much what it boiled down to. That is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And that's a terrible excuse if you don't want to work with somebody, right? Like, that's like what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's like, why? And plus, by the way, you're working on a network that's owned by a billionaire. So you are working for a billionaire. You know what I mean? Like that's so stupid. And it's like,
I didn't see nothing about that because I don't really watch TV. I'm definitely not going to watch Saturday Night Live because I don't.
Yeah, no way. It's so bad.
I don't give a shit about any of that stuff.
But the sad thing about it is there's people that have been really good that have been on SNL, but like they're not. You know what I mean? Or not. They've been on SNL, but they're not on SNL anymore since they were good. Like Michael Che. There was a guy named I forget his name. Shane Gillis. He was on SNL, and then he made like an Asian joke, and they fired him. And now he has like one of the funniest sketch comedy like channels on YouTube. Right? It's Shane Gillis. A bunch of people that leave, they actually get more successful after they leave because when you're there, you're part of the machine, right? Like you're part of the SNL machine. Like you're writing jokes for the machine. So I don't know. That was just something that I saw a lot of people were talking about. So I just wrote it down as filler or whatever. But yeah, I mean, everyone works for a billionaire at some point. If you're at a job right now, you work for a billionaire. You know?
Shit.
All right. What else we got on there?
We got the Kate Winslet thing.
Oh, the Kate Winslet Wawa thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kate Winslet walked into a Wawa, and she walked into it like it was a fucking Mr. Chow in Beverly Hills or some shit. Like she walked into it and like she thought this is what it sounded like. Like she really walked into it with some gusto.
Oh.
But like she said it was astonishing, or she was ecstatic to walk into it. So I guess she on, was it HBO or something like that? She plays a detective on HBO, and the detective is based out of Delaware County in Pennsylvania, out towards Philadelphia, actually past Philadelphia, towards like the bottom little key of Pennsylvania. And Delaware County is like known, like that's where it started, is Wawa in Delaware County. I'm pretty sure it started in Delaware County, Delco. And it's been like Wawa's a convenience store here think about Wawa as like a 7-Eleven almost. It's kind of like that, but it's actually like a lot better than 7-Eleven. So Wawa's good. It's in Florida. It's in Orlando, Florida, right? I don't think it's in Miami. I think it's in Orlando, just Orlando. And then obviously Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Maryland and Delaware, I think. So, but she was ecstatic because I guess there were some scenes in there where she goes to a Wawa, but it's not actually a Wawa. And now she went to an actual one and she liked it. So, shout out Kate Winslet, for embracing Pennsylvania and our fast food.
Right. all we got to offer.
We have gas station food and construction. That's what we got. And really passionate football fans. But that's it. That's what we got. So if you come here, don't wear anything sports unless it has to do with Pittsburgh or Philadelphia. And don't wear any New York gear in either of those states or either of those cities. I don't think nothing against New York, but they always seem to be our rivals for some reason in every single fucking sport. I don't know why, because it's not like the Knicks. The Knicks for basketball, the Yankees for baseball, the Giants, for football, the Jets if you're out west, in Pittsburgh. I mean, not really, because the Jets are ass. But the Jets are so bad. Hopefully Zach Wilson can turn that around. By the way, I went 4 for 4 on the first 4 picks. Bro, how hype I was, bro? I went 4 for mother effing 4. I was so hype about that. I was so excited about that. And then it fell apart after Miami. It fell apart. It really fell apart after the Bengals went and drafted. I don't want to talk about it because I'm going to go on a rant. But the Bengals drafted Jamar Chase. But they should have drafted a tackle, but, when Joe Burrow continues to tear his ACL because he doesn't get any protection or he gets fucking annihilated every year, they'll know. The Bengals will know. But hey, you got his teammate. Maybe they'll play good. But I'm just, the whole reason he got injured is because you couldn't protect him. That was the whole reason he fucking couldn't finish the year. But
I don't know, man. I don't.
It is what it is.
Sports wise, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah. Frankie just got to work, guys. So you got to give Frankie a salute because this man, he came right from work over here. He could have just told me to go fuck myself, but he came over here. So you got to give him big ups.
Yeah. So if I'm stretching or yawning, it's not because I'm bored. It's because I'm fucking tired.
Yeah.
I don't get up at 11 o'clock on a normal basis.
Yeah. And you know who was up till 3?
I was up till 5. Up till about 5:30.
Yeah, so 6 hours of sleep. Whoa, straight banger. Yikesy.
About 5, yeah, 5.5, 6 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
I went to work.
Yeah, so you gotta give him some leeway here, right? Because you bring the thunder, but today it's just working. It's like you're working in a warehouse, so it's not like you're working at Zoomies. You know what I mean? Like you're actually getting after it. So
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I'd be if I still worked at my last job.
Yeah.
And I came from there to do this. Like, I don't know if I'd be less aggravated.
No, you'd probably be more because you have to deal with more people at your last job.
It's not even that I have to deal with more people. It's that I have to deal with fucking people in the drive-thru.
Yeah, that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's like, it's okay to be on the opposite end of the drive-thru.
Oh, it's great.
For me, though, like, I'm not rude. Like, I usually say thank you or fucking please.
Yeah.
Like, I don't try to make the person's life in the drive-thru any worse than it already is because I've been on that end.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot tell you the amount of times when I worked at Yako's where people would like blow past the fucking menu and they'd come up to the window and they're like, you guys have like a menu or something? I'm like, yeah, back there. You fucking blew past it, you dick.
He's like, you blew past it, you fucking fuck. Yeah.
Like, you fucking like, I'm not surprised that you blew past the menu because you fucking pulled in like an asshole. You fucking drove right past the stop sign, right past the fucking menu, and then you get up to the window, you look at me, and you get mad when I tell you that there's no menu for me to fucking hand out the window to you.
Yeah.
Like, do you go to any other drive-thru and
order at the window?
Yeah, like you go. There's some places where they tell you to come and order at the fucking window.
Yeah, like if it's broken or something like that, the menu's broke. Yeah.
But when there's a box sitting right next to the fucking lane that you pull into for the drive-thru,
yep,
you should know what that means. Like, I shouldn't have to spell it out for you when you get to the fucking window that you drove past the menu.
Right. And you can always tell the people that are going to be like dickheads by the way that they like walk in or the way that they drive in. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why. I can't explain it. Like, I worked retail, so I worked sort of like a smaller version of that where you're always dealing with people. I could tell, like, the people walking through the aisles, I could tell which one is going to be a fucking dickhead. Like I would see this guy walking through the aisles, and you see him just picking up a bunch of shit, putting this back, and not putting it back in the correct place. So he'd take socks off, and it'd be like one brand of socks, and then he would like walk down 2 aisles, see another pair of socks, and then take that sock off and put the one with the opposite brand on. You're like, oh, this is gonna be a fucking day, because then now I have to go, and I have to fix that. So I have to grab the one, put it back with the other one, grab the one that you put back, put it back with the other one. Like I get just not wanting to walk back. Like we've all been child when we've all like took something, put it in our cart, and then walked down and been like, do I really need this? And then you take it out and you put it on the shelf. That's fine. Like I don't, that's okay. But when you do it like 10 times, right? And next thing you know, there's like a fucking milk in with the cookies, right? And that milk has got a certain amount of time before it has to go back. You know what I mean? So like, it's like, bro, like at some point, pick fucking socks. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so over it. And they come up and they're like, yeah, you know, like, he's like, are these socks on sale? Did you get them from the sale rack? No.
There's your fucking answer.
Exactly. Or they walk up, they're like, are these on clearance? You're like, did you get them from the clearance aisle? No. But then the thing is like you still have to like grant them the thing. So I still have to call him. I still have to call and be like, are these on? I have to call like up to the sales department and be like, hey, I got these. Read the fucking number off, and then be like, are these on sale? And they're like, no. And then I gotta be like, can you tell this person that? And they're like, sure, that's not on sale. He's like, oh.
So I didn't have to deal with that. When I worked at Kmart, I just stocked the shelves. Yeah. So, I mean, there was a few times where I had to fucking kind of help the customer.
Yeah. Or they're like, are you an employee?
They'd ask
as you're wearing like the vest, they're like, are you an employee? Do you work here? They're like, I just wear my reflective vest everywhere I go.
They'd like ask me questions, and I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't sell this shit personally. I don't even work the fucking register. Like, I just put shit on the shelves, and then I fuck off back to the back.
Yeah. Or when they're always asking, like, I don't know. This is what I've heard because I haven't worked in that type of store. I worked in like a big department store, but I've heard that when they always ask if you have it in the back. Like the back is some like magical fucking place where you could just go back there. You're like, do you have this? No, we don't have any in stock. Do you have any in the back? Or like, well, what part of don't have it in stock do you understand? Like, we don't have it in stock. We don't have it in the back. We don't have it. We have to wait for it to come in.
See, I think once or twice. So sometimes we got this scanner that you could basically like scan something. Yeah. And then see if it's in the store or not. Yeah. I think. I could be wrong about that. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what it was that we had at Kmart. It's been a little bit since I worked there.
Yeah.
But I do remember that like I looked up something to see if we had it out in the actual store and we didn't. And then she goes Do you know if there's like any at all like in the back or anything? And I was like, I mean, I can go check. I like walked to the back. I think I walked back, or I walked down to the garage. I walked back. I came back out and I was like, yeah, no, we don't have any. Like,
yeah, it's like, I'm not gonna go searching.
Like, I mean, there are certain things like I've had to work in the back before to take stuff like out of the truck and leave it in specific areas, because what we had to do was we got like carts filled with stuff. We'd have to take that stuff and put it out on the shelves. Yeah. Well, if I knew there was stuff back there, I could go and check to see if it's on any of those carts, but I wasn't going to. Keep in mind, like I worked at Kmart, I think like when I was starting out at college.
Yeah, so it's like you were only working weekends too. Was it weekends or like certain times during the day?
Yeah, I think I would work like the days that I had off from school.
Yeah, which is like what, Thursday, or no, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, and then sometimes, one or two of the other days.
Yeah,
but then I think I got the job to work as the peer mentor up at school, and then I was just kind of like, yeah, fuck you, Kmart.
I remember that, yeah.
I just left.
But Kmart closed down after you left, bro.
Yeah.
They went bankrupt. See, if you guys would have kept Frankie, then maybe you guys wouldn't be so fucking broke.
I'm pretty sure they were going bankrupt while I was there. I got out before they hit the dangerous waters.
You jumped ship when you saw land. You're like, I'm out. I'm not going down with the ship. Fuck, I look like the captain. Like the CEO's got to go down with the ship, not me.
To be fair, I still don't like dealing with a lot of people, so Kmart really wasn't the best choice of a job for me. I like the people that I worked with, some of them.
Yeah.
But, for most of them, I don't know who the fuck they were. I don't even care.
Yeah, man. Yeah, see, that's the thing, too, is like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I like dealing with people. I just don't like dealing with stupid people. Like, I don't mind dealing with someone that's cool, but I guess that's like everyone. Like, everyone, like, in a perfect world, everyone's cool. But, like, it's the people that have, like, the tolerance to deal with, like, the shitty people that I respect. Because I don't have a lot of tolerance to deal with that. I'm not saying that I would like tell people to go fuck themselves, because I probably wouldn't.
If you push me to a certain point, I'm not gonna lie, it may slip out.
Yeah, I don't know if I have that, like, I don't have that. Like, I wasn't born with that, like, mentality, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't know, like, I would like to, like, I think everyone thinks that they would like to say it, right? But there's very few people that would actually say it. You know what I mean? Like this guy here, Frank, like, you might think he's fucking around, but I've seen him bubble before, to where he was like, he was right at the edge, and then I've had to like step in and say something stupid just to like break the tension. But I've seen it happen. Like, I've seen him right there about to say it. So it's not that I don't think I was never born with that. I think it was just kind of like you know, I think I don't know what it is. I would feel bad, even if that, no matter how much of a dick that person was, I would feel bad telling them to go fuck themselves. I don't know why. Like, I don't know if it's just like a mental block where, like, I just don't want to like I would much rather just not say anything, let it slide, and go home. But I think there's a certain point where it's like, it takes me a while to get angry, like to get real angry. So, but Frankie, it's like, bro, like, Frankie, bro, remember the time that we got cut off and we were driving home from school one time? Son, so we were driving home. So one day we were up at school, driving home from school, and we got cut off by. So at the school we went to, they have like a main road that goes around the campus. That's also like a residential road, and then they have a road that's just in the campus itself that just goes from one part of the campus to the next. And we were driving on that road, and then there's like a little side road that takes you to the main. To the main road that goes through the campus, but it's not a campus road itself. And so we were making a right onto that, or no, we were driving on that road, that main road, and it makes like an S shape, and it takes you in front of the school, and then it takes you to the other side, and then it takes you to this light, and that light is Route 309 in Pennsylvania. So we're driving, and I can see the light. This fucking lady comes cutting us off out of this like side street that goes through the school, cuts us clean off, right? Has a bunch of shit in her trunk. I don't know what it is. It's just like blankets and tubs and all these different things, right? And Frankie just loses it. Like, it's like 5 o'clock. We've been at school all day, and he just goes like, "Yo, fuck you," right, or some shit like that. You're really like, "Oh my god!" Like, fucking cut us off. It's like, that's why you live. It's why you live in your truck, you homeless bitch. Dude, I think I laughed about that for like 3 days afterwards. He's like, "I bet you fucking live in your truck too, you homeless bitch."
Yeah, I'm not like, I'm not happy.
You just snap. But that's the thing, is I feel like you should get at least like you get a 1 minute grace period if you get cut off to say whatever you want to.
You know,
right? Because that shit.
Now back in at that point, I didn't have my license, so I was I never drove or anything. Like Jason drove, I was so the passenger. I got mad for him. Like, he didn't have to get mad. Okay, and that hasn't changed. Like, for me, when I'm driving now,
same thing.
I'm so fucking angry with people. Like, I hate driving here. Yeah, I hate driving here.
Driving here to my house?
Not to your house specifically, but just driving around this fucking area.
Yeah.
Dealing with other people. Okay, so the one thing that fucking infuriated me before I got to work earlier today, right. I was getting on the highway. I think I was merging from 309 to 22.
Okay.
And we got to like the part where the yield sign is, and I'm looking ahead. I haven't gotten to that part yet, but I'm driving up toward the yield sign, and I see somebody on the fucking ramp stopped. And I was just like, "What the fuck are you doing? It's a yield sign, not a stop sign. Like, get your ass over."
Yeah. That's the stuff of nightmares too, because like my brothers are on the drive now, and I'm telling them, like, listen, when you get onto the highway, do not stop. Like, you cannot stop. If you force your way over, if you have to, before you stop, because if you stop, It's a done deal. It's a done deal. You're never going to get on, and nobody's going to fucking let you on. So what you have to do is you have to just, I'm not saying you have to come down like 60, you know what I mean? And just fucking force your way
Don't
in.
do what me and Jason do. Like, come off the fucking highway ramp at like 80 miles an hour, just swerve onto that bitch like we're in fucking Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, you don't have to do that, but the lowest you go, I told him the lowest you go is like 30 miles an hour. That's the absolute lowest you go. Come on, because when you get to like 0, it's going to take you a while to get up to. It's much easier to go from 30 to 60 than it is from like 0 to 60, from stop to 60, right? So like from 30 to 60, it's a couple seconds, right? But you know what I mean? Like just you cannot stop. Do not fucking stop, because if you stop, it's a rap ski for you. So. But it's hard though, because there's some, like I just drove past the exit today driving home from like my grandparents, and that shit is no run on ramp. It just goes boop and you're just right there. Like it's no run on. Like, you know how like here on 22, like it's like a long run on and then you can merge. That shit just dumps you off right there, and you just gotta look and you just gotta fucking gun it down that little hill that it has and just go whoop and fit right in. And that's what you gotta do. But once you do it once,
Route 100, they have that one road that comes up onto, I think it's 22 after you get off of Route 100.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it's just a stop sign, and then you have to like look around, but it's a fucking bend, and it comes around the hill, and you either have to gun it at the right time or just wait. Like there's.
But if you wait, you're screwed, bro. Because then you're gonna start getting into your mind, like, I don't stop. Like you can't stop. You just have to keep on going. So if you guys are learning the drive, do not stop on the off ramp, or no, stop on the off ramp. Like when you're going off, don't stop on the off ramp until you're like close to where you have to slow down. Right? Then you start slowing down.
Listen, if you're getting on the highway and you stop your fucking car in front of me, you better be prepared to get out and fucking throw hands. No fucking joke. Like. If somebody comes to a full stop in front of me, you're either getting rammed or I'm driving around you. Like rammed. You are a fucking pebble in water, okay?
Pebble in water.
I'm going around your ass.
Yeah. Yeah, or over top of you. You know what I mean? Depending on what the kind of car he's driving. Maybe he gets like that. Maybe he gets that Jeep. Because if Frankie gets that Jeep, he's crawling on top of your car. And he's driving over top of you like a monster truck.
I cannot tell you how that fucking aggravates me when I see somebody stopped on the fucking on-ramp. I'm like, you're the reason fucking traffic exists. Like,
exactly. Because then it backs everyone else up. And that's where the most traffic is the on and off ramps. Because once you get to like a busy on and off ramp, come on, son.
That's why I'm always in whenever I know there's a fucking ramp coming up, I get over to the left lane.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not dealing with this fucking bullshit of merging on. Like, I can't tell you how many times. This is about the only time that I'm okay with like cutting people off is when I'm getting on the highway. Like if I'm getting on the highway and I'm already going at like a higher speed and you try to speed up to get in front of me, you best believe I'm gonna floor it and get in front of you to be a fucking dick.
Bro, I think everyone does that, dude. I do that shit. I do that shit out of spite when it comes to over here, because you know they built the new bridge, and then you have the 2 lanes. One lane is the turning lane, and one lane is a straight lane. If you get into that lane and you try to pass me, and I know you're gonna do that shitback thing where you go straight and try to get in front of me, I'm speeding up. I speed up and I fucking hug the bumper of the person in front of me, and they just have to stop in the middle of the fucking intersection. I do this shit all the time. I've been cut off too many times at that intersection. I refuse to be cut off again. Like I refuse to let that to get cut off. I refuse. I'm like, you can run me off the road before I get fucking cut off again. And we're both going to have to stop, and I'm going to tell the fucking state trooper or whoever comes over, I'm like, yeah, he tried to fucking cut me off, tried to go straight, it's his fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm petty like that, but like, I won't tell you to go fuck yourself. But I am petty to certain things.
Dude, I can't deal with this traffic.
Yeah, and sometimes. these roads in PA suck. They're so fucking horrible, bro.
Every time I hit a pothole, I'm like, fucking shit, there goes my car.
Bro, I think if you pop your tire on a pothole, I think they have to fix it. I think PennDOT has to fix it. So you pay for it, get it on the road, and then you can send them an invoice like, hey, I broke this on a fucking pothole. And then they have to fix it.
I've not had to deal with that yet, so hopefully I don't. But
bro, getting a flat on the road is ass. Remember the one time I was driving? Ooh, I just burped in the fucking mic. But my bad, guys, if you heard that. But when we were driving to Philadelphia. It was me, my dad, and Victoria, my sister, in the back, and we were all driving in like a SUV. We're all driving to Philadelphia, right? And we don't drive into Philadelphia. We drive into like North Philly, which is like the Fox Chase area, like Cotman Avenue, places like that. Like that's where we were at. So it's like it's not in the city, but it's to the north of the city, right? And so we're in this residential area. We're by like this like Salis University or some shit like that, and we turn in. And all of a sudden, air light turns on, and then the fucking steering wheel is just shaking. And then you hear like a whoop, 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 whoop. I was like, oh boy. Mm-hmm. So I turn in, and the whole car just goes, and it just kind of goes like that. And it's all like, I feel so much closer to the ground now, right? And so we pull in, and the whole car is shaking, right? Because it's all like lopsided and shit. So we pull into the little driveway there, or like to the university, and the security guard, who's like 700 pounds, he's like, oh, could I help you guys with anything? I'm like, can you see our tires pop? Get out of our way, right? And so he's like, hey, you can just pull over here. We're like, do you do this to everyone that pulls into the university? Like, you just pull in front of them? Like, that's stupid. So we pull in, we call AAA because there's the goats. I don't mind plugging them, but they came over and they told the inside of the tire, we had run over something, and it had wrapped around the tire and just fucking popped it. It was like a wire that we had hit and wrapped around the tire. It was awful. And the guy that came, he just like cut his hand on the wire and shit. I was like, my bad, bro. My bad, bro. But I had an Eagles hat on, so you probably saw that he was the guy. Like, he's official. What if he's like a Dallas fan and we had like throw fisticuffs right there? Like, mm-hmm. But getting a flat while you're driving is the absolute worst. I saw a guy driving on the turnpike with a flat, and his tire was like sparking. I was like, bro.
So I don't know. The other day I was going to work, and I don't know if his tire was flat before I saw him the second time or not, but I watched this. So over here where the fucking Fullerton exit and entrance is, I guess.
Yeah.
So I got to that point, and I see this dude come down the entrance and just drive along the side of the road all the way up. God. And he just kept driving right along the side of the road all the way up until I think like the fucking airport road exit. That's where I get off to go to work.
Yeah.
And I see him pulled over on the side. And I'm pretty sure his tire's all fucked up. Like, I'm pretty sure there's something...
There's something in his tire.
There's something in his tire.
Oh,
and
boy.
I think he was yelling at somebody else. Somebody else on the highway. And I was just laughing. I was like, that's what you get, you fucking cock. Like, I get it. Nobody wants to be stuck in traffic. But if you drive on the side of the fucking road and you get something caught in your tires, that's on you.
You're your fault. You're a fucking asshole. And plus, like, driving on the side of the road, that's where like everything naturally goes, right? Like if you're driving on a highway, anything that's on, like, nothing's gonna get stuck in the lanes because there's too much wind. Everything's gonna get pushed like outside. So if there's a fucking screw, it's gonna be, unless it's like a construction area, it's gonna be on the fucking shoulder. So if you pass one on the shoulder and you get screwed over,
bro, I don't know what it is. The last like 2 weeks, I've seen. The last like 2 or 3 weeks, I've seen a deer just like destroyed.
Dude, did you see that one on MacArthur?
On MacArthur?
Son, it was a whole ass dead deer that was like fucking stiff. It was pulled in front of the fucking UPS store on MacArthur Road.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Dude, that shit, it was like all fucking out like this. Like, it's all of it's like, it was all like hard and shit. I was like, what do they do with that? Like, is it just gonna like stay in front of like that little strip mall until it just decays? I don't think it's there anymore. I don't know who comes and moves it. If it's like, I don't know, but I don't even know deer came up that quick. Like, that's mad city you got to walk through to get there, my guy. Like that poor deer, bro.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen like the over. Fuck. What is it? Cedar Crest, I think it is.
Yeah, by the college and by where we go to Chipotle there.
That's where we get off to go to Chipotle, right? We get off at Cedar Crest and then we go left.
Yeah. We go straight down that way. Okay. Yeah.
So at Cedar Crest, there was a fucking deer spread out from like the right lane into the fucking off ramp to get off at Cedar Crest.
Jesus Christ, man.
I'm pretty sure they took like most of it away, but I swear yesterday when I was driving home, I saw like the head was still sitting on the fucking I was like, why would you pick everything up but just leave like one piece of the deer there?
Yeah.
That wasn't a whole deer, bro. That shit got destroyed. Like, that shit must have got hit by a fucking semi.
Dude. Bro, go ahead, Lucian.
Well, I was saying I saw one there. A couple weeks ago, there was one on the fucking, on 78? No, 309.
Ooh.
Like, right after I got off of 78. There was one not that far away from the ramp.
Damn.
And now there's one sitting over there on the airport road.
Are you serious?
Exit ramp. Yeah.
Whoa.
I was just like, what the fuck is going on around here?
Yeah. I think it's mating season for them. I think, I'm not too sure.
I have no idea.
I think there is a time where like animals go nuts. And it's just like they gotta get after it. They gotta get after it. And so I think that they're mating.
I don't lie to you. When I saw that deer on the airport road exit, I was like, I hope that's not a dog.
Oh man.
Like, nothing would fuck my day up worse than seeing like a dead dog. That's just,
yeah.
Like, obviously, I don't want to see a dead deer on the fucking side of the highway.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I feel bad for the deer, but like if it's a dog, that's two different completely. Well, for me, it's like two completely different feelings.
Yeah, and you got to think like we're in PA here, so like you're more likely than any other state. You're more likely to hit a deer in Pennsylvania, just because there's so many. There's so many fucking deer in PA. So like seeing a dead deer on the side of the road, as horrible as it sounds, it's not like new. Like we grew up seeing it. We see it all the time. Like when you're driving. But I think the most gruesome thing that I've seen was when I saw a deer like literally right after it was hit. Like we were a couple cars behind the truck that hit that fucking deer, and that truck had like a full front like grill brace. You know what I mean? Like, you know those fucking things that they put on like Jeeps, like the big Stinger bumpers that like stick out. It had one of those. So that motherfucker was used to just plowing over deer. Like he must have been from PA. And as horrible as it sounds, but like if you're a trucker, that's your life as that fucking truck. So if a deer like runs in front of it and it like fucks up your engine, like that's like essentially getting put on leave from your job. Like you have to get that shit working, get it on the road and go. So he was just protecting his job. So I get why he had it. But that deer got fucking mangled, dude. Like that thing was like, cause he was in the passing lane, it hit. I mean, there was like, it was like a pink mist. Like it just looked like, I'm trying to think about how it looked like, do you remember how in Avengers when Thanos snapped everyone away and it was just like, they all became dust and just floated?
Yeah.
That's what they looked like, but it was just like paint mist and it was just, pfft, it just looked like a fucking paintball exploded. And, yeah, then there was like fucking bone and shit all over the place. And it was like a huge hunk of like meat was sitting in the middle of the road. I was like, dude, like that was probably the worst thing. Worst time seeing, like actually seeing a deer get hit is fucked. Right. Or like, I think remember the deer hit us? No fucking lie. A deer, I stopped because I saw a deer and it ran into us.
Yeah.
What?
So there was like a deer. So I'm pretty sure we weren't the only car that stopped either. Like there was one in front of us and there was a deer in front of that car that was just, it was, it ran past.
Yeah.
So Jason slows down, and then all of a sudden, like 2 more deer fucking run out from or they run across the road, and then one just fucking runs right into the side of the car. And he's so, I mean, he's stunned for like a second, but then he takes back off.
Yeah.
He just runs around the car. He's like, fuck, I gotta go.
He's like, yo, my bad, yo. But peace.
But me and Jason were just sitting in this car like, what the fuck is happening?
I know. I remember like immediately you kind of saw like where our brains went, because I pulled over on the side of the road, and I was like, I didn't know. I got out, looked at my side, and I was like, he didn't fucking hit over here. And then I'm like looking at damage for the car, and Frankie's like, yo, the deer's all right. He just ran off into the woods. I was like, the deer? I'm like, what about the car? I called my mom that day. I called her like right as we got to school, because I was using her car at the time. And I was like, Mom, a deer like ran into the side of the car. We didn't hit it because we were like stopped, and it just ran into the side of the car. And she just goes, is the deer okay? I'm like, why are you guys still concerned about this fucking deer? Like, it ran into us. It's okay. It's like us running into like like the corner of like a table or something. Like, yeah, it hurts, but like, I'm like, the car though, right? And she's like, oh, it's fine. I was like, okay, whatever.
I mean, it's fine, not like we're not saying that the car got fucked up or anything. Like, the car was completely fine.
Yeah, the car was fine. The deer was fine. I don't even think
there was a dent in the car.
No, there wasn't anything on the car at all. The car was completely fine. The deer was fine. Obviously, just it again, like, it's just like walking into a wall or something like that. Like, yeah, it hurts, and it's like kind of a pain in the ass, but it didn't hurt because we were stopped. Right now, if we would have hit him, we would have that deer would have probably fucked us up, because it was tall. Like, it was looking over top of the car, so it was a tall John, but yeah. So if you're coming through the PA,
look out!
Those fucking deer. Those deer mess you up. But do you have anything else you want to talk about, like, on the topic? Because we're coming up on an hour 30. If you have anything that you want to talk about specifically, I just wrote down a bunch of stuff, so we don't have to touch on anything. But if you see something that piques your interest, we can talk about it.
I think me and the boys were talking about this rocket yesterday.
Which one?
The Chinese rocket.
Oh my god, bro! China really knows how to like fuck up the planet, don't they?
Yo,
and when I say China, I don't mean Chinese people. I mean the government of China. Me and
Vinny were dying,
bro, because they launched a fucking skyscraper into orbit.
Yeah. Me and Vinny were dying when we were talking about that yesterday.
Like, bro,
I was just like, I can just imagine like the only thing I could think about when they were trying to explain this to me was you ever see the video of them like trying to launch a rocket ship up into space, and the thrusters activate and they start going up, but then that shit turns off and it just falls right back down.
My gosh.
Like, that's all I can imagine. Like, that's all I could imagine when they were telling me the story. I was just like, it's just gonna fall back up top. Like, now you have to keep in mind, like, me and my friends, most of us have like no filter when it comes to jokes. Like, we kind of just joke about whatever.
Yeah.
Whenever.
Yeah.
So
jokes fly. We just let them fly. Like, we'll deal with the outcome later, but we just let them fly.
One of our friends was about to get off the Xbox, and he goes, all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And then me and Vinny just go, yeah, if you don't get hit by the rocket tomorrow, that's just gonna fall right down on top of us.
Bro, do you know that apparently, like, the Philly is in the area, like, that's in the fucking like danger zone?
Yeah.
Why? Like, what? Like, bro, how do you launch? So I'm just gonna run down the situation before I start doing this, because so China is trying to make their voyage into space, right? Now they don't. I don't think they've had a they've had a space program for a while, but it hasn't really been active, right? So it's kind of like the U.S. in the sense of, like, the U.S. went to the moon and they were like, we don't really need to do this anymore. Like we're more focused on like satellites and spying on people, so we don't really need to send anybody up there. Now, I think the Russians still have their space program, so they're still building like shuttles and things like that to go to space. So like the U.S. has to go to like the Russians and use their spacecraft to get up into space, right? Like, which is why like Elon Musk and all these different guys are building rockets and reusable rockets, because we've really like lacked on that stuff. Like we didn't really give a fuck about it. And so China's trying to now make their step, put their foot into it, right? Which is good, right? Like the more people that are trying to get out into space is good, even if it is competition. Now, China hasn't had a great track record of necessarily having successful space missions, right? So what they did was, when you're launching a rocket, you have like a part that holds the rocket, right? And then you place the rocket there, and then it like shoots off, like all the thrusters engage, and you shoot up into the sky. Now, the point of this whole like little apparatus is to fall. It's to like detach and fall away, and think of it as like scaffolding for a building, right? Like when you build a building, the scaffolding is for the people to walk and place all the different things, and they take the scaffolding off, and you have the building, right? This scaffolding is meant to be reused, so it hooks up to the rocket, and then as soon as the rocket goes off, it detaches, and then the rocket goes up, scaffolding just kind of gets leaned back up, right? It's like a staircase and like all these different like monitors and shit like that to make sure the rocket is good to go. China launched that bitch into space with its fucking rockets. So like it launched the rocket into space, and it launched like a 10-story workplace into the sky. Like, imagine it launched essentially a 10-story building into the sky, and it's going to fall. We don't know where. So think about that. Like, I think it's the whole middle of the planet is like at risk for it landing there. So listen, if you're out there, just, keep an eye on things, just, look in the sky and, just make sure that you don't walk out and get crushed by space debris, right? Because I don't think it's going to be whole when it falls, is it? Isn't it going to get burned up?
Some of it might, but it might like break down into like smaller pieces.
Oh.
So I don't know exactly.
Okay.
I'm a fucking rocket scientist. Clearly, neither of the people in fucking China. No, I'm playing.
Neither of us. Listen, yeah. Facts are a suggestion for us. That's what it is. Like, we don't need to know the 100% facts of everything. All right, we're just gonna let it fly because this is jokes. But
we only vaguely mean what we say.
Yeah, we don't really mean everything that we say. Like if I get serious, I'll get serious. But it's jokes. That's what it is. We're just trying to make jokes. But imagine getting hit by fucking space debris. Like, imagine you just driving like a Taco Bell and just bam, like that whole shit just goes up in flames, and you're like sitting in Taco Bell. Next thing you know, you're sitting in heaven. You're like, what just happened? And God's like, bro. You're like, oh my God. Like, you really couldn't let me get my quesadilla before I got murked.
You lying, bro. You lying. Stop playing.
Stop playing. You're like, this is a bad dream. I'm gonna wake up. Like, Gus and they're like, bro, or God, Allah, whatever you believe in. But that's the thing, is like, who do we know is right and wrong? You know what I mean? So like, if I get up there and it's Allah, you know what I mean? Like, I still have a chance to like get in. Like, I'm still cool with it. You know what I mean? Like, I still have a chance to get in. You know what I mean? If I lived a good life. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what to tell you.
But what do you? I mean, I don't even know what really happens.
A religious argument.
I don't know. I'm saying, like, I don't really know. I mean, that'd be kind of cool to know who's right, but then I'll never be able to do anything with the information ever. You know what I mean? Because if like reincarnation's real, like you born, you just forget everything and you have to start all over again. Who knows? Who knows? I wouldn't know what to do in that situation, but imagine you just get clapped by like space dust, space debris. That would kind of be a badass way to go out, though. You know? Imagine like, what if there was like a hierarchy, right, of like things, like when you get to like heaven or whatever, there's like a hierarchy of things that like you die from. It's like all right, everyone that got mugged and shot over here, everyone that died this way go over here, everyone that died of natural causes over here. You know what I mean? And then they get down to the bottom, like everyone hit by space debris, and you're like that's fucking. And there's like a scoreboard, like Ready Player One. And you're like at the top of the scoreboard until some other shit happens. You're like, died in space. Sorry, bro. Like you got to get bumped down to number 2. What if you're in like the VIP section? You're like partying with like Jesus and stuff, just because like the way you died. You know what I mean? Like that'd be fly. That would be so fucking cool. I would want to die a unique way, just for that. Just to see if there's like a hierarchy of cool deaths.
I don't know, Chief.
Well, how cool would that be though?
Why the fuck would I listen?
I think that would be dope, bro.
What part of my demeanor means that I want to spend any time with people in life or afterlife?
I don't know, man. But think about it. If you died a cool way, then you can actually have like a story to tell everyone. You can be like, yo. No, but I'm saying because like you're like what the idea is like your soul goes to heaven, right? Or heaven or purgatory, whatever. Like your soul goes somewhere, whatever you believe in, right? But for this case, we'll just say heaven. So say your soul goes to like the little selector switch, right? Of like where you go, right? And then you just, they start you in a hierarchy. So you have like, people that died in war go over here. People that, are shitbags, they go down to, over here to do whatever they got to do and go wherever they go. And then you have like the people that died of like these extenuous circumstances. And then you could just tell people like, yeah, bro, I was just at Taco Bell and then now I'm here. Just mad abruptly. You know what I mean? Like, you ever seen the movie Soul? Where like they get onto like this little elevator and they go to the great beyond.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that? That's dope. Like, what if you're on the elevator and you're like, yeah, like, how'd you get? They're like, it's like prison. They're like, how'd you get here? What'd you do? And then I'm like, I got crushed by space debris from China, and they're like, that's actually kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like, I would want to have that story, because I think that's what my life has become now, is where I just want to have stories to tell. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of where I want to be right now. I want to have stories to tell.
Mayhaps.
Mayhaps. So stay tuned this week. There may not be another episode with me on it.
Right. There may not be another episode at all.
Yeah. No, if I get clapped, just donate all the stuff, sell it, take the money, and go to fucking... Not the table, though. The table's nice.
Go to Chipotle.
Yeah, take the money, sell it, go to Chipotle, and,
hopefully avoid getting hit by fucking space debris.
Avoid the other space debris that may be en route, and then go to fucking Ohio. Use the money that you got from the mics, and then pay for the hotel, and boom, you're good to go.
Yeah.
There you go, and then you get to tell Vinny like,
harass Vinny.
Yeah, we're coming, Vinny. Whether you like it or not, we're en route.
Boy.
And you're gonna get on the and you're gonna be on the pod. All right. You're gonna tell the viewers who you are. And we're at about what, an hour?
Jump you.
Yeah, then we're gonna jump you while the people listen. But no, next time. So what are we doing Sunday? Next time I might be a little late because Saturday I'm doing one on Saturday with the grandfather because he has crazy stories. Like, he talk about stories, that man has crazy stories. You don't have to come that way if you don't want to, because I think Sunday we're gonna have another guest on. Sammy, that boy, he's gonna be on, but he got exposed to COVID, so we're not taking any chances. I'm vaxxed, but you're not vaxxed, so I don't want to.
I'd have taken the chance.
You would have took the chance.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, because you could just be like, tell work like, oh, I got exposed to somebody who has. I'd have been
like, listen, I was just hanging out with somebody who had who might have had COVID. I'm gonna have to stay out of work for like a week. That's a week vacation. Even if I'm not getting paid for it, I don't want to be at work.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah, but no, we got some exciting content coming for you guys. Do you want to touch on anything? Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think we're good.
All right.
Unless you want to talk about any shit.
I I just wrote it down. I don't really have too much stake in the game, so to speak.
Right. I've been out of tune with news. I'm always out of tune with news, so.
Yeah, it's all right. I've been so out of it just because, I don't know, doing all this different stuff and
living day by day.
I
don't want to be bothered by nothing.
By day. Yeah. So next week we're gonna have some special guests for you guys. 2 of them coming. Doing one on Saturday, and then Sunday. I think that one might get posted same day, depending on how early we get here. Because if we can get here around like 1 or 2, 3 or 4, probably closer to like 4 o'clock, then we'll be able to post it probably late night.
I mean, I don't work Sunday. I never work Sundays. But.
Yeah, but I don't want to make you get up at like 11. You know what I mean? Because if anything, we can probably do it like 2 or 3. But you know, we can hash it out either way. But yeah, we'll have some guests on for you guys. I want to go live. I want to start going live on Facebook before we actually do these, because then I feel like we can get people to like tune in a little bit more, go live, do like a little vid or something on it. But yeah, so that has been another episode of the Lunch Table Pod. Been a low key episode today. Not really too much in the news really to talk about. So it's Mother's Day. We got the pink lights on. For Mother's Day. So shout out to all the moms out there. Shout out to all the moms that are getting after it. All the moms listening to this, happy Mother's Day. It's going to be Sunday when we put this out. Maybe on Mother's Day, we could do, maybe next Mother's Day or whatever, we can have the moms on. That would be fun. That would be some shit. That would be fun. But, no. It's been another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast. I'm Jay.
And, it's Frankie.
That boy Frank, the big sex.
Yeah.
Big sexy.
Lord Tuchungu.
Lord Tuchungu. So, check him out. Streaming, Lord Tuchungu.
I only streamed once so far.
Yeah.
I was going to do it last week again, but.
Yeah. Well, there's no set schedule. So, whenever, if y'all like watching streams or whatever, check him out. If you like streams of like strategy games, things like that. I know you said you wanted to look at doing Mass Effect, but I'll let you announce that whenever you're ready. We'll obviously promote it on the Lunch Table Podcast.
I'm waiting for that to come out. That comes out this month? Yeah, I think this month.
Yeah, May. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We're in May now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
May 8th.
So yeah, this month.
Yep. So it'll be coming out this month. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Whenever it does come out, if you follow the Lunch Table Podcast on any of the social medias, again, we're on Instagram, Facebook. We are on YouTube. I figured out how to get a YouTube video up, so we're going to do that. We don't have any visuals yet, but I did figure out how to do that, and so this will hopefully be on YouTube. I'm going to start now, and then I'm just going to kind of do a backlog of some original stuff. So I'm going to put this is episode number 9. That's going to be up on YouTube probably sometime tomorrow, because it takes forever to upload stuff on YouTube.
You gotta be like directly connected to the internet. Like
that shit takes a hot minute. Yeah.
Like when I was uploading the stream to YouTube, it took a good. Well, it didn't take that long because I have mine connected with an Ethernet cable. So
yeah, you're direct connect. So yeah, but it took like, oh my God, it took like 30 minutes to do everything, to like actually make the video and then put the audio and everything together, then put it on YouTube, and all. It was so much, but we're putting it out there for you guys. I think YouTube is obviously a huge platform that we're not really on, or don't really have a big presence on right now, but trying to change that. But yeah, check out Lord Tuchungu for streaming. Also check him out on YouTube. YouTube is where you have your first stream.
Well, yeah, I have the stream on YouTube. I think you can still watch the VOD on Twitch, but I think they delete after a certain time.
Yeah.
But I did not make any, like anybody who's into like following extra social media accounts, like I didn't make any of that shit.
Yeah.
I didn't make an Instagram. I didn't make a Facebook. Like I don't usually do that because I'm not like I don't post any of that stuff on my personal pages. Like I don't post on any of those on my personal page.
Yeah, I don't post shit on my personal page. So, I just post stuff that we do.
Yeah, so I highly doubt that I'd really post anything on those. Maybe at some point later down the road.
Yeah, possibly. So But yeah, so check us out on everything. I'm going to get a pic right now. Boom. So we have a picture that's going to be going up on all platforms. So again, follow us at The Lunch Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Everything is at The Lunch Table Podcast. Whenever you start streaming again, we're going to post that up on there too. We're obviously going to support the boy. What else? We got some collabs coming for you guys. And that's really it. I think that's really going to be about it. I think the last episode was really cool. That was fun to have Miss Wednesday on. But yeah, that's been another episode.
Yes, we will talk some more next week.
Yeah, we'll talk some more next week. This guy coming on next week he's so funny, bro. He's hilarious. I mean, he's a real funny dude to talk to. I mean, I've known him for about 3 years now, so he's a lot like Anthony in a way. So I'm excited. All right, guys, it's been another episode. Peace.
Adios.